Bangology. Bangology is the only CBD community you will ever need. And when I say that I'm excited about this particular venture, you have no idea. I'm excited, I'm nervous, but I know that this is the right time and the right place to have this conversation. So I want to share a quote with you. And the quote is about wellness. Wellness is more than being free from illness. It's a dynamic process of change. It's about a complete state of our mental well-being, our social well-being. And when I saw this quote about wellness, I really thought about getting back to my roots, my public health roots. And some of you may not know that I started out in community health and in public health, and wellness was a huge part of the work that I did. And so I feel like with the inauguration, the opening of this wellness venture, that I'm getting back to my public health roots. So, who am I? For those of you who are watching tonight in the Bangology community, visitors, friends, I am Dr. Tanya Lowe. I'm a national and international speaker, trainer, and consultant. I work with companies on leadership. I help them to make their workplaces better. I'm also the executive director of a nonprofit, The Impact Experience, where we work with developing youth leaders. I'm a 3-time author, and guess what else I'm adding to that list? I am now a founder of a CBD cannabis startup. Can I say I'm excited one more time? So that's who I am. And I want to share my story with you, if I may. I've gotten so many questions about why cannabis, why CBD. You may not know that I used to actually run drug treatment programs several years ago. And we had so many, I never thought that I would be doing this now. But in 2017, if you know anything about sciatica pain can be harrowing. So imagine you wake up and you cannot move, and you're trying to get to the bathroom to get some pain pills, and you come back and the bed is just too high. Like you're just like, the hardwood floor would be better than trying to get into this bed right now. And so I remember posting, I remember it was September 2017, because our Facebook memories and all of the feedback that I got about go to the chiropractor, which I did, start taking this oil. And someone reached out to me and said, you need to take this oil. And I remember my response was, I don't do drugs. Well, no one ever said CBD is not THC. I just didn't know. I didn't know. And so there was a big push for take the oil. But nobody ever really explained to me what the oil was about. In April 2019, I was invited to a 420 golf tournament. And Dr. Centrell, you'll meet her later, she and I were talking. I was like, I had no idea what 420 was, but I do like free golf. And so I get to the golf tournament. It's pouring down raining that day. And in addition to playing golf in the rain for free, there were doctors and advocates and people there actually talking about CBD. Georgia had just passed their legislation around making hemp. You could use hemp here in Georgia. And so there are a lot of people there talking about it. 2 years later, here I am positioned at the right place at the right time to learn about CBD. There were doctors there. There were advocates. There were people who worked on the bill. So I actually got an opportunity to learn a lot about CBD. I didn't get a chance to try any. So that next month, I'm traveling. You know, you guys know that I love to travel. And I'm in California. And because I'd been traveling and doing all the things that I do, I was having sciatica pain again. That sciatica heifer was rearing her ugly head again. And so my friends wanted to go to a particular store, and I traveled with them in pain and all. And we get there, and I noticed that they've got an array of products, anything you can ever imagine. And so, as luck would have it, I'm from South Georgia. There happened to be a young man from Valdosta, Georgia, working in the store. And I was telling him my story. I want to try something, but I don't know if I want that oil. And so he told me, he said, well, you don't have to start with an oil. You could use a topical. Wow, nobody ever told me that before. So I bought this topical and I used it, and it was amazing, guys. And the question I asked myself was, does it work because I want it to work, or does it really work? And a friend traveling with me said, does it matter? It's working. And so I brought the magic oil back. I shared some with a friend who struggles with lupus, and she said, this is really good. We need more of this. And I thought, yeah, I really do. Still had not tried what I found out later to be the tincture. And so in fall of 2019, I decided I want to try a tincture. So listen, guys, here's where it gets real. Here's where I realized that all CBD products are not made equally. I ordered some from Amazon. I used it for a few weeks, and I started having crazy side effects. I didn't realize at the time that it might have been coming from the CBD. So much so I actually went to the doctor, but I didn't tell my doctor at the time that I'd started using this CBD. So if you can imagine having hot flashes, dizziness, nausea, and heart palpitations all at the same time. Like it was the weirdest feeling I ever felt. And so my doctor sent me to see another doctor, and he asked me all these questions, and he was ruling out a lot of stuff. And he said, is there anything else you've been taking or not taking or stopped taking? And I sat there for a minute, and I was just like, okay. So I shared with him, I was using this CBD oil, and I never told the doctor that I got it from Amazon. And he said, he said, CBD is good. My niece uses it for her fibromyalgia. But what I will tell you is that all CBD products aren't created equal, and you probably shouldn't get it from Amazon. And it was right then and there that I was like, okay. I'm wandering around in the forest by myself, trying to figure out more about this drug that's not drug, this supplement, this product that's supposed to be so good for me, that's causing me relief from my pain, but I'm bumping my head at everywhere that I go. So fast forward, I'm sitting in a workshop, and I'm supposed to be learning about how to launch my membership, relaunch my leadership membership. And I start hearing all of these people talk about all of these different membership programs that they're providing. And I had the idea that, you know what? Why don't I create a membership around cannabis? Why don't I create a membership around CBD to educate people on CBD? I've got my own story. I've got my why. Why don't I take a chance and do it? And so I did. I decided 6 weeks ago, guys. It's only been 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago, I decided to go all in, and I did it. And Bhangology was born. So let me share a little bit with you about the vision. My vision for Bhangology is to grow the community, continue educating people about CBD and the CBD benefits, take the community through the success path, which I'll show you a little bit of that in a few minutes, create products. We're in the process of creating some amazing products, maybe even create a subscription box, a cannabis coaching program, maybe even my own MLM. Who knows? The sky's the limit, but the vision is huge. And I'm out there now. I'm out there in the middle and I'm doing it. And you guys are doing it with me. So I get the question also, where did you come up with this name? Where did you come up with this name? And so I was in a mastermind group with some friends and I was telling them about my idea, but I needed a name. And my colleague Rose, I think she's online tonight, we were going back and forth and we were trying to figure out what's another name for cannabis. And we saw several names, but this one stood out. And so if you see from the screen, this is something that's been around since 2000 BC, guys, since 2000 BC. But it's, I actually found out it's pronounced bong, but I'm Southern and I live in the South and I like bang. But bong is an edible mixture made from the buds, leaves, and flowers of the female cannabis or marijuana plant. Hence, Bhangology, hence the name of this new venture. Your one-stop CBD wellness community for all things CBD, to learn about the health benefits, to learn about how to even get started with products, how not to bump your head like I did for so long. A place where we can learn, grow, and shop together in a community. And so my goal, my wish is that Bhangology will be the only CBD community you will ever need. So I mentioned the success path earlier, and for those who are on this journey with me, who became founding members, what we're going to look at is where you are now and where you want to be through 5 stages: the confused and curious stage, the with them stage, what's in it for me, the products, oh my stage, the consumer stage, and the advocate stage. And so you'll go through these stages. We'll look at some characteristics. The characteristics are around what are people thinking, feeling, and saying, and then what milestones you need to reach to move to the next stage, and then where you're going to be, what actions you're going to take once you have mastered that phase of becoming a bungologist. And so this is the success path that 28 people have trusted me to walk them through. So I'll be talking about that a little bit more over the next few weeks on our social media. So what can you expect from Bhangology, the Bhangology community, cannabis experts on deck? You're going to meet 3 amazing super friends tonight. Merchandise, we all love our merch, right? And so what's a wellness brand without some merchandise? And so we've got some shirts that are we're working up. We're going to have products coming soon, guys. I can't believe it. I'm a startup founder who's having her own products. So products are coming really soon. And we've also created an affiliate partnership with Alternate Medical Media. So that is for people who want to really, really dig in and understand how cannabis, CBD, and or THC and CBD combine, how that works in your body. And you can actually work with through Alternate Medical Media and go through an online at your own pace cannabis certification. So we're really excited about that relationship. So many of you helped us with the survey, CBD Confused and Curious. And I want you to know, and I want to thank you for completing that survey. We had 120 respondents, 120 respondents. We've grown our social media to about 150 people on Facebook, 102 people on Instagram, and we're steadily climbing. So the survey is something else I'm going to be sharing with you in social media over the next few weeks. And what I found from this survey and from talking to different people is that this is filling a gap. It's filling a gap because there's a huge need for education. I just read an article today about people need to be more educated so they can become informed consumers. Don't you want to be an informed consumer? Aren't you interested in knowing what is it I'm actually putting in my body, and not being a tester, trial and error on yourself. So so that's what a lot of the things that we found out from this survey. I'm also excited about the magazine. We're going to have an e-magazine coming out that's going to really talk about some of the things that we're learning. We're going to highlight some of our founding members. We're going to have articles written. It's going to be a bang. And so we can't wait to share that with you as well. Of course, there's going to be a podcast in the future, right? So I'm not sure how long that's going to be before it's developed, but there will be a podcast in the future. I love my podcasting. So you're probably like, oh my God, there's so much going on. Yes, there is. And I want you to know that although there's a lot going on, I want you to be clear about if this is going to be a place for you. So Bhangology is for you if you're looking for a place to learn, grow, and shop around CBD. It's a membership program designed specifically for people who are experiencing pain, maybe some anxiety, some sleep issues, but also for people who really just want to learn more about this wonder leaf cannabis. People should be informed consumers and armed with as much information as possible. And I want to be your guide through that process. So if you're thinking about it, these are some of the things that you're going to get. Now let's talk about it's not for you. It's not for you. It's not for you if you're looking for a stoner community. If you're thinking that this is a springboard to legalize marijuana, THC, I've talked to a lot of people who are like, yeah, this is a great springboard to, to legalize marijuana. Guys, I want you to know that my whole thought for getting into this is really around the wellness benefits and just kind of my own personal journey with wanting to be, have better health 360, right? I turned 50 last year. So I want to utilize more things that are natural, from my cleaning products to my supplements. So, so that's where we are. It's not for you if you already know everything. If you know everything, then it's not for you. There are going to be people in this community, as evidenced by some of our members, who know absolutely nothing, or they only have their recreational use knowledge, okay? And so it may not be for you. And if you want to promote your own agenda, this community is not for you either. It's a community for people who want to understand, how do I use this to create a better health for myself, to create 360 wellness. So let me introduce you to our 27, I think there's one person missing, 28 founding members. These people have decided to jump on and go on this journey with me. When I put this out, I guess a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, and said, hey, I'm creating this venture. I don't know where we're going yet. We're going to figure it out as we go. These folks said, hey, I want to go with you. I want to go with you. And so these are our 27 founding members who are going to go on this journey with me. And we hope that when we open it up again, that you'll come along with us. So I want to thank our founding members who are watching tonight. Thank you for becoming a founding member. And I want you to know that membership is closed. If you're not a member, if you're like, oh my God, there are going to be some awesome things going on, membership is closed right now. However, we will, because tonight we're having our ribbon cutting ceremony. And so tonight we're going to have one night only open house special just for members. And there will be a link that'll be put in the chat. So you'll see it in the chat. And I promise you, this is the last chance to become a member before we open it up in the fall, in September. It's going to look totally different. So, so that's my that's my presentation. Membership is going to close after tonight for real. And we're going to jump in with our super friends and all of the benefits that our current members are going to have, and really shape the foundation of this membership and where we want to go. So if you have any questions, type in the chat. You can reach out to me at any time. I can't wait to share the website with you that's being developed by actually one of our members right now. So if you have any additional questions about something that I might have covered, feel free to reach out to me.